Hi everyone, welcome. Now, every few years, a company emerges from Australia with a piece of science and an anchor contract that, taken together, could quietly become a category-defining business. The challenge with those companies, for investors specifically, is recognizing them before the rest of the market does. My guest today is Gerard McDonald, the managing director of Altair International, an Australian sustainability company that's commercializing plant-based clinical hygiene technology, chemistry that eradicates biofilms in industrial kitchens and healthcare environments without the toxicity, the antimicrobial resistance, or the WHS risk of legacy cleaners. Now, the company is currently scaling into Indonesia's national free meals program, feeding tens of millions of people daily, and in parallel, opening a second front in United States defense and rail MRO supply. So let's dive into this conversation. Gerald, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Rhythm. Looking forward to it. That's great.
Wonderful. So, Gerald, most people, when they look at industrial cleaning chemistry and say that, it solved a problem, what did you see that the rest of the market hasn't that made you bet a company on solving it differently?
It's an interesting question, Rhythm. Most of the cleaning products, and there are dozens of them out there, clean the surface quite well.
Yeah.
What they don't do is remove what's called the biofilm, which is a microscopic organic film that sits on most surfaces.
Yeah.
And forms a shield for the bacteria and viruses that really like that environment.
Yeah.
What our product does is it lifts that biofilm off the surface and removes it so that the bacteria and the viruses no longer have a place to live.
Right.
Which removes the risk of cross-contamination.
Yeah.
And the nature of our product, as against the others, the common ones, is that it is non-corrosive, so it doesn't pit the surface or destroy the surface. It is non-volatile, so there's no smells. And it is non-caustic, so it doesn't deteriorate and have an impact on the equipment or the surfaces that are being treated.
Absolutely. So, Gerald, now strip out every piece of chemistry jargon to make it simple for our audience. What is Altair's product actually doing on a surface that a legacy cleaner isn't?
Okay, so that's the key difference.
Yeah.
When we remove the biofilm from a surface, it means that there's nothing left there that can cause any problems in terms of contamination, infection, odor, or corrosion. And it leaves an ultra clean surface, is what we call clinical hygiene technology.
Right.
So it means that the surface is absolutely clean.
Yeah. Wonderful. So let's talk about this. So the Indonesia's program, which is actually feeding 82.9 million people a day towards a network of 32,000 industrial kitchens. So most observers actually assume that the bottleneck is food supply. So walk us through why you think the actual bottleneck is something else and why Altair sits directly inside it.
So the biggest driver for the Indonesian government in their BGN free meals program, which was promised by President Subianto in his election in October of 2024, was that he would introduce meals for effectively every kid in Indonesia.
Right.
What he's trying to do is to lift the standards and life situation for the children with the aim of giving them a better lifestyle.
Yeah.
Okay. However, they're under severe operational pressures due to the contamination and the lack of compliance with food requirements, E. coli contamination, and the hygiene standards in many of the kitchens have been less than meeting their required, significantly not meeting their standards and requirements.
Right.
So the result of that is that many of the kids have been getting sick.
Yeah.
So we have a product in our ASEAN market, we're branding it Eco Clarion, which steps right into that void. What it's doing is just providing the kitchens and the BGN group, which is running the show, the ability to provide clean surfaces, clean equipment, clean environments within their kitchens, which the legacy cleaning products struggle to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's where we're fitting in.
Yeah. Okay. That's what makes you different. Wonderful. So, Gerald, your deal room on Capital HQ, it's very transparent that the Indonesian engagement is currently structured as a joint venture MOU rather than, being a binding supply contract. So, talk us through exactly where that opportunity sits today, like what's signed, what's not, and what an investor should be watching for in the next conversation milestone.
So how this came about was we were introduced to the Brunei representative in Australia, and they were looking for Australian technology to bring into the ASEAN region, in particular into Brunei. Okay, so we were introduced to a company called Farm Fresh Industries based in Brunei, and they have a reach all around the ASEAN region. Most particularly, they have a joint venture arrangement with the Indukut Cooperative, which is Indonesian, which is backed or has very close connections with the Indonesian president. So they have a contract to roll out about 5,000 kitchens over the next little while. Okay? So the MOA, Memorandum of Agreement with Farm Fresh Industries, has obligations on them and us to form a company in Brunei. And that will be where we base the operations of the company from a production point of view. The Brunei Economic Development Board have offered, subject to negotiations, to fund up to about 30% of the construction of a manufacturing facility for us in Brunei. Okay? So that forms the basis of where we started from in Brunei. In Indonesia, we have an MOU, a Memorandum of Understanding, with the joint venture between FFI and Indukut. Okay, that has still to be confirmed, negotiated, a company set up. There is a fair bit of work involved in establishing that yet, but we have been in contact through Farm Fresh Industries with Indukut to start the operational, the verifications, the accreditations, the halal certification, and all the requirements so we can go to market in Indonesia. And Farm Fresh Industries, that agreement just means we need to set up a company there, which we've all agreed to. We actually have a board formed in Brunei. Then we will then form an entity of some sort, we're not quite sure yet, in Indonesia to roll out the operation right through the initial 5,000 kitchens.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for sharing that with the candor that it deserves, especially, this is the conversation that the investors want to hear. So, Gerald, let's talk about the economics now. So, $45,000 of recurring revenue per kitchen at a target 48% EBITDA margin once a scale. Now, those numbers are very impressive for a company's profile. And then when you hit even the 5,000 kitchen trans, let alone the 32,000 kitchen national target. So can you talk to us about that?
Well, our plan is to roll out the 5,000 kitchens first. That's going to be a big job in itself.
Absolutely.
Okay? There will be a whole logistical arrangements need to be put in place. First of all, to manufacture the product probably in Brunei. That's our expectation. To bring that over to Indonesia and then set it up so that it can be distributed to the 5,000 kitchens. And we expect them to be all over Java, maybe a little bit further, but there's a whole logistical process that needs to be set up because like if you go into a supermarket at the moment, you'll see any number of products. There's a bathroom cleaner, there's a floor cleaner, there's a window cleaner, there's a toilet cleaner, there's all those cleaners, okay? People are used to doing that. We've actually developed a system which means that the employees or the crew in the kitchen will be able to easily reach over and say, that's for cleaning the floor, that's for cleaning the bench, that's for doing the washing up. So we've had to go through that process ourselves. Now we have to roll that out through Indonesia. And we're working with Indukut to develop that system. But we've got to get over there now and formally sign off on that whole operational project. And there's a couple of steps required. First of all, we've got to get halal and the Indonesian certifications. That will take a few months. We have a head start there. We have got some very high-level contacts in the Indonesian government through some other contacts that we have. So we're not starting off at the ground floor. We've been introduced to some key people at very high levels within the required departments. So we should have a smooth roll through to get our accreditations in place.
Wonderful. Very exciting indeed to see that progress.
The 32,000 kitchens that the Indonesian government will eventually have is a wish list.
Right.
We'll be very happy if we get 5,000 because that is going to return very handsome return for investors. So if we get the 5,000, that'll form a base.
Right.
Okay. If we can get the 30, there are other companies in the market and providing products there already.
Yeah.
Okay. We are working on the 5,000 that Farm Fresh Industries have contracted, and when they're ready, we'll be providing the product to those to start off with.
Yeah. Absolutely. Truly wonderful, Gerald.
Yep.
Now, for the investors watching this interview, looking at the $2 million round and deciding whether Altair is one of those quietly category-defining Australian businesses, what's the single most important thing that you would want them to understand about your business?
It's probably the flexibility of the product. By tweaking it with little additives, we can make it an active cleaning and long-term protection product that is not readily obvious and not readily apparent in the nature of what we do. The nature of the chemicals means that they have a long life on the surface. So the chlorines and alcohols, they have a lifespan of maybe 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Right? When they evaporate off the surface, they've lost all their effectiveness. With our product, it remains a residual antimicrobial product on the surface for some time. It depends on the environment, depends on how much it's used, the surfaces used and treated as to how long it's effective. But it lasts a lot longer than the ordinary cleaning products.
Absolutely. Truly wonderful, Gerald. For our audience watching, what I take away from this conversation is that Altair International is making a clear and deliberate bet that convergence, the science, the distribution, and the sovereign anchor in the same company at the same time is rare, and the next 18 months will determine whether the MOUs actually end up converting into recurring revenue at scale. So if you would like to explore the Altair International opportunity further, please scan the QR code on your screen and get in touch with Gerald and his team. Once again, thank you everyone for your time and for watching, and thank you, Gerald, for being here with us today.
Thank you very much, Rhythm. It's been a pleasure.
Our pleasure too. Thank you.
Thank you.